What's up? Grand Horizon. What to say? TikTok is divided after a video seemingly showing a customer telling off a Walmart cashier, I guess. Speaking of Walmart, Walmart is seeing record sales. Walmart is seeing record sales. Let me show y'all a video I was actually just watching. Um, um, to kind of show y'all how to make money with stocks and stuff like that. When we're in a recession, that's why I keep telling people. Back in the Great Depression, not the masses of people, the masses of people that did not know how to invest their money, save their money, more so invest their money, park their money, is who became poor. The people that knew where to park their money, invest their money, they became richer. They became richer during the Great Depression and all recessions and all recessions. Okay. So you take a time like now. A time like now is to oh, this looks like a great video right here. Let's watch this real quick.
Enjoying my morning walk, but I definitely want to give y'all an example of unlearn and relearn. Before I became very conscious, my children were just like many of your children, many of the children around the world, period. Their lives are comprised of television, snacks, candy, social media, toys, things of that nature. Most recently, I've made it a point to, try to stimulate their brains, try to feed them consciousness, and equip them with more meaningful things rather than, being Walmart babies, television babies, or internet babies. They love to perform, just like Pops. So I'm definitely going to show you an example of how they've unlearned and relearned. Little Gracious, what's the most important thing in life?
Time.
And what's the goal to be?
Independent.
And what y'all going to be when y'all grow up?
Bosses.
In order to be a boss and independent, y'all got to do what?
Create stuff.
All right. And if you lost everything tonight, what y'all got tomorrow?
Intellectual property. Intellectual property.
Erica, tell me what intellectual property is.
They can take your possessions, but they can't take your mind.
All right. And what's the most valuable thing in life?
Time.
What we do when we get the money?
Save it.
And how much every dollar do we save?
10%.
All right, Derek, if I gave you $2, what you going to do with it? You going to buy candy or you going to save for the candy store?
Candy store.
All right, and are y'all buyers or y'all sellers?
Sellers.
That's what's up. That's what's up. This is what I'm talking about, family.
Who's Malcolm X?
An American Muslim and women's rights activist.
Who's Nat Turner?
An African-American slave who led slave rebellion and freed blacks in South Hampton on August 21st, 1831, that resulted 60 white deaths.
Good job. What's intellectual property, Mama?
They can take your possessions, but they can't take your mind.
Good job. All right, y'all. I just want to give y'all a prime example of learn and relearn. This is something not just for children, it's for adults as well. Again, like I said, a lot of the information we've been given is nothing more than regurgitated information. The people who gave it to us did not fact check it. They aren't highly successful. I'm not saying they're low successful, but they haven't accomplished much. Don't be afraid to ask why. This goes hand in hand with the video that I'm going to put out next called Logic. But anyway, I'm going to see y'all next time. Y'all stay tuned. Logic is definitely one you don't want to miss. A lot of us are out here doing absolutely everything and have no reason why we're actually doing it in the first place. We're just following the blueprint and the footsteps of people before us who probably didn't accomplish much either. But I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. That go with the video I did yesterday that YouTube just finally released. And by the way, after my live, if my video goes private, it's not me. It's not me. It's YouTube. It's YouTube holding my videos, I guess, to check my videos and stuff to see what I'm talking about. Okay, it's not me personally. All right. Yeah, but speaking of Walmart, let me just show y'all some game. When I get up in Horizon, I watch stuff like this.
When people are worried about a recession, they tend to look at the general recession indicators. Things like the Buffett indicator about a potential market crash, or things like the yield curve indicator about a potential recession. But there's one recession indicator that's flashing red warning signs right now that most people are overlooking: consumer spending. But not just any consumer spending, it's select consumer spending, meaning where are people spending their money? For example, when people are worried about money, they're worried about an economic slowdown, or they're lacking money, what do? They shop at discount retailers, places like Walmart, that way they can save more money. And when people feel good about their money and the economy is booming and they feel wealthier, what do? They want to upgrade their kitchens. So they go to Home Depot, that way they can buy appliances and buy things, that way they can upgrade their homes. And just recently, Walmart and Home Depot released their earnings statements, they released their economic outlooks, and what they think is going on in the economy right now that most people aren't really talking about. Walmart says that, well, business is booming because people are shopping at Walmart. And Home Depot, well, they saw their biggest quarterly drop in revenue in, get this, 21 years. The best way now for you to understand what's happening with consumer spending at Walmart and Home Depot is really to go back in time a little bit and see what's happened in the past, because while history might not exactly repeat itself, it does rhyme. So if we go back to 2008, when the 2008 crash happened, Walmart boomed during that time. Let me read you a little excerpt from what happened then. Walmart didn't just survive the 2008 recession, its store sales skyrocketed. From the start of the financial crisis in 2008 to the end in late 2009, shares of Walmart rallied by more than 12%. That meant Walmart did good in the recession. Why did they do good in the recession? Because when people were struggling with money, when people were losing their jobs, they didn't want to go out to the fancy and expensive stores to go and buy things. They went to discount stores like Walmart. So when you see that type of economic slowdown, when you see people worried about their money, what do? Well, they go to the discount stores like Walmart. Now what are we seeing happen today? Well, Walmart is seeing a lot of money starting to come back into the stores. Let me read you a few sentences from their latest earnings report about what they said is going on at Walmart. This is from the first line of the Yahoo Finance article, and I'm also going to link this for you down in the description. But what it said is, when the economy slows and inflation is high, it's often Walmart's time to shine. And we know that. We saw that happen in 2008. We've seen this happen time and time again, where people are worried about money, they go to the discount stores, and well, Walmart is shining right now. According to their CEO, Walmart CEO, where is the biggest growth that Walmart is seeing recently? Groceries and essentials. Here's what the CEO of Walmart said. He said, "It's a great time to be a merchant. We continue to gain market share in the grocery category, including with higher income and younger shoppers, and we saw good growth in membership income in both businesses." Did you notice what he said there? That they're seeing growth in the grocery side of their business with higher income and non-higher income shoppers, meaning people who either make a good income or maybe make a little bit less money are going to Walmart to get their groceries. They're spending more money on their groceries.
So basically, what I'm trying to tell y'all, what he's trying to tell y'all is, even though you're in a recession, like I said, you can still make money. I'm still making money. I'm still making money during this recession. Because we're in a recession, people are like, can't pay their bills, they can't pay rent, they can't do this. So they hit me up, man, how can I buy land? How can I buy land for $250 down, $250 a month? How can I, like, I'm making money. I'm making money. Okay? You have to find a niche that when the economy's down, you're gonna make more money. When the economy's up, you're gonna naturally make more money, because when the economy's up, people just blowing money on anything. Louis, Gucci, Versace. They say Louis made more money during the pandemic when people was being given money, thrown money, than any other time. You know, now Walmart's making more money than it's ever seen. But Walmart was making money even in the pandemic. So basically, people, you have to just think. You have to get your fucking head out the fucking weed and pot and alcohol and just fucking and sucking all the time. You have to get your head out of the dumb shit. You have to get your head out of the dumb shit. Okay? Anyhow, let's get into what we really wanted to talk about. So basically, I'm going to get my each of my offsprings um um I'm gonna get each of my offsprings basically 2 acres, um 2 homes, and 2 pickup trucks for their 16th birthday, right? To start their life, and basically, um, you know, you guys ought to be ashamed of yourself. A lot of you parents really ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Um, because the most important thing you should be trying to do is um give your offsprings a head start in life. The most important thing y'all should be trying to do is give your offsprings a head start in life. You didn't have a head start in life. Your parents just threw you out there, told you to go to college and how great it was, and they were so proud of you to go to college and go get a job and all this dumb shit. And you see how it did not work out for you. Okay, it didn't make you a millionaire. So you ought to know as an adult, the most important thing is assets, like real estate. Okay, the most important thing is assets like real estate. All right. So what you ought to be doing is getting your offsprings into assets. Okay, getting them start off in life with things that are going to um progress them in life faster. Okay, so let's start with the land. Let's go there first. As before, this is one of my websites that I go to, cheapeasyland.com. All right, my buddy over there, Jacob, take good care of his peoples. Let's go to see properties. Oh, let's just go here. Okay, I have many websites like this. Okay, many. What you get when you pay for my consultation is you get all the good websites like this, and you avoid going to all the scam websites, all the scammer websites and stuff like that. Okay, it's a lot of value in paying that $250 for the consultation. Okay, a lot of value. You're gonna avoid a lot of headache. Okay, um the land that I actually have a lot of property that I'm just gonna give to each of my offsprings, but I'm also gonna have them purchase their own property, right? And of course, obviously, I'm gonna have them go on the website and pick which property they want. Okay. For example, my son, my daughter, they might want this property. Okay. We simply go on this website, click view. All right. We look at the pictures, we read about the property, we watch the video, we see the payment plan, the down payment, we read all the little description details: 28.5 miles to Gainesville, 8.4 miles to Cedar Lake Woods, gardens. And by the way, I always pull up this website because he does a lot of properties in Florida, and most of the people that call me, they want property in Florida. Um, Anyhow, it says, "Are you ready to escape the tyranny of Florida countryside to the to the tranquility of Florida's countryside?" Blah blah blah, and you just basically read all of that stuff. Now, when you go down, keep going down. That's a monthly payments: $314 a month for 96 months, $515 for 48 months. Then you see the address, property address. On a previous video, I showed you how to go to Zillow and put in a property address and look at other properties in the area to do your comparables. Okay, that's a gem. That's one of the things I teach you in my consultation, how to do your comparables. Okay, once you do your comparables, um you're like, okay, that's a good price, or no, that's too much, um or that's too little. Great, I'm gonna jump on this one. The next thing you need to do is your due diligence. Okay, that's another thing that I help you in a process with your consultation, right? Your due diligence. People just get on these websites, they just buy property, they don't do their due diligence. I can't tell you how many people call me and tell me, bro, I went to the same website, I went to that website, and man, I just gave up, man. I just stopped paying on the land because I found out I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. A lot of people told me that they lost hundreds of dollars because they didn't know what they were doing when they were purchasing land. Okay, these websites are great, they're wonderful, they're great. Rent to own property is great. You don't need no credit, none of that. But you still need to do your due diligence. You still need to do your due diligence. Not everything about the property is on these websites. Okay, you don't know the questions to ask, you don't know who to speak to unless you're in the game and you've been in the game, or you know somebody in the game and been in the game like me. Okay, you just Joe Smo, Mary Sue, just figuring you just gonna go on the website. Oh, he just showed me what website, let me go on that website, let me go on these websites, let me just buy something. You don't know what you're doing. It's just like me. I don't know how to fly a plane, but I'm able to go buy a plane for $1,000, and I'm like, oh my god, I can just fly anywhere I want to go now. I just got to put fuel in it and go anywhere I want to go now. Don't know how to fucking fly a plane, but I go in the sky trying to fly a plane. That's the dumbest shit. No, I need to go hire somebody to teach me how to fly a plane. Pay the fucking $10,000, $1,000, whatever they're gonna charge me, $2,500 to teach me how to fly a plane. Yes, I can go buy the plane myself, but I don't know how to fucking fly a plane. Yes, you can go buy land yourself, but you don't know how to buy land. You don't know how to buy a house. You don't know how to buy property. And I say it like that because even your realtors are not going to do your due diligence for you. It's up to you when you purchase a house to get your own inspection, get your own survey, do your own due diligence. These realtors, they're salespeople. They're there to sell you something. They're not going to help you do your due diligence. All right. They're going to send you to somebody, do your inspections. You got to pay $1,000 for that. Do your survey. That's $1,000. You have to do all of this stuff when you're purchasing a house. So that little $250, it ain't nothing because actually, now that I'm talking and saying all this stuff, my price is probably going to go up to $500 in a minute. It's probably going to go up to 500 or $1,000 in a minute because it's probably going to be more like $1,000. It's probably, I'm be honest with you, because I don't need your 250. I'm not doing this really for the money, so I might as well charge $1,000 and make it be worth my while. Because me doing it for 250, it put gas, a little bit of gas in the vehicle, whatever. But $250 don't make me or break me. If I got 100 people paying me $250 a month, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I could deal with that. But just maybe one or two people a week paying me $250, that, you know what I'm saying? That's great and all, and I'm not going to complain or anything. I'm grateful for that. But I would more so be happy with $1,000 from each person. All right. Each individual. So, anyhow, on this particular property, it's 8.3 acres in Levi County, public road access. You need to know if you have public road access because a lot of people buy property that you have no access to the property. It's called landlocked. The property is landlocked, and they don't find out the property is landlocked until they try to go to the property. Okay, that's one of the things you need to know. That was a gem I just gave you. All right. Um, you need to know where the property line is. You need to know the elevation. You need to know the zoning, all this type of stuff. It's rural residential. Okay, a lot of you really don't want to be in rural residential areas because you can't exactly do what you need to do. Okay, You need to have it zoned another type of way that you need to know, but you only know that when you get my consultation. All right. And another thing, I'm about to stop the $50. I already stopped the $25 a week for 10 weeks. That wasn't really working out. People still want to not pay. And I'm about to stop the $50 a week for 5 weeks. I'm about to stop it. All right. It's just going to be straight to $250 because, like I say, man, Negroes nobody can do nothing for y'all. Nobody can do nothing for you Negroes and try to help y'all. Y'all just on a whole nother dumbass level, a lot of y'all. But anyhow, so I would take my offsprings to a website like this, and they would basically purchase the land, hit this start today button. Once we do our due diligence, we like what we see, it's gonna fit our criteria and what we want to do. We put all the information in: credit card number, debit card number. Should be using a credit card, but that's a whole nother story. Hit complete order, and that's it. Now they have their land. Okay, we go out to the land. We get the land cleared if we need it cleared. We put whatever infrastructure we need to put. Okay. Now I said this is all gonna cost me $5,000. Okay. Here, what's it costing me? 1,422. Okay. So now we down to say 3,500 and change, right? What I'm gonna do with the other 3,500? Okay, we're gonna get the land cleared, cleaned up. We're gonna see all the wet spots, which we already did and doing our due diligence. But now we're gonna clean up all our wet spots on the land. We're gonna make a driveway, all that type of good stuff. More than likely, that's gonna be $1,000. Okay, so now we're down to about $2,500. Okay. Um, I'm not worried about personally. I'm not worried about water and electric because I'm gonna have them on solar for electric and a well or rainwater harvesting. Okay, drinking water. It's better for me personally. To me personally, drinking water. It's better to filter your own drinking water, or if you have a spring directly that you have access to. Anything come in a bottle is trash. The only bottled water that I really would promote is Fiji water. I actually feel the difference in drinking Fiji water. It's a big difference. That Fiji water is the truth. I do feel a difference with Fiji water. Spring water, mostly, but that purified water, that's garbage. Distilled water is good too. But distilled water, remember, you don't have any minerals or anything in the distilled water. All right. So um, I recommend get your own Berkeley. Not even Berkeley. You can make your own water filtration system. There's lots of videos showing you how to make your own water filtration systems. So I recommend you do that. Okay. And in doing that, what you get your water for free by rainwater harvesting or from a well, which is another thing. When you purchasing land, you want to make sure you can dig a well. That goes with doing your due diligence. Okay, doing your due diligence. All these things I teach you in my consultation. All right. So anyhow, just to make this video not that long. So we just purchased our land. We just did our due diligence. We just had the land cleared and everything like that. We down to about $2,500, $2,000. Okay, now we need to put a house on the property, right? So one of the websites I use is called Heritage Rent to Own Cabin. Heritage, I think it's Heritage Portable. You go to a website like this, or you go in person in the store on the lot, and you order your cabin. You order your cabin. Here's some examples. And when you see these barn doors, don't worry about that. You could easily switch them out. It's the same dimensions as regular house doors, whether they're regular house French doors or 36-inch wide doors. All right. Um, Let me go to I think it's actually still loading. Design your own building. Okay, design your own building. And these type of cabins cannot go anywhere, guys. They cannot go anywhere. You have to know if you are able to put these cabins on the land you purchase. Okay, they are called barn dominiums. They're called barn dominiums. So you need to call them up and ask them, can you put a barn dominium on the property? Okay, this is another thing that I teach you. Okay, and get you through that process. All right. Another thing, a little gem, you could become a dealer. Sid say become a dealer right there. You could become a dealer. Once you have your land, you could actually sell these to people. Okay, let's go to gallery though. So we'll probably go to gallery right here. And we'll go to cabins. And by the way, you want a cabin, you want a shed, you want a garage, you want a barn, all of those things. All right. It's right here. It's right here. So anyhow, I would buy two of these. I would buy two of these. Okay. One they're gonna live in, and the other one they're gonna rent out. Okay. One they're gonna live in, and the other one they're gonna rent out. All right. What's it gonna cost me? About 600 bucks, guys, for two. About 300, $400, $500 for two. Okay. And I just simply go here and this blue one is nice. And you see they got three windows on the side going down. That's very nice. And yeah, that's dope right here. I like that. They have a door in the back, a door in the front. You see the door up top by the window. I mean by the loft. This is dope. Can't nobody tell me this is not a house. This is a house. This is a beautiful cabin. Okay, this is called Winthrop Blue Cabin with wood columns. Okay, so if they want to order a Winthrop, we could order a Winthrop. Look at this. Look at this one right here. If they want to order this one, we could order this one. I personally, I don't like this one because there's not much of a porch. There's just a little thing right there. So if you want to carry anything in a house, this could only fit right there. You can't sit on a porch. You have to build a porch. I personally don't like that one. That one might be the rental. You know what I mean? That way people don't get too comfortable, you know. So, but these things, this one has a little nice little tiny porch, a garage door. This one here has a nice little tiny porch. Okay. These things ain't number $300 down, guys. $300 down, basically three, four, $500 a month. All right. This is a nice one right here. All right. This is a big one. I'm not too into these big old huge ones, but most people they want these big old huge ones, right? The reason I'm not, guys, is because the bigger the house, the more it's gonna cost in utilities. The more it's gonna cost you to heat the house in the winter, more propane, more electric in the winter. A lot of people they didn't take my advice and they finally realized, dang, you was right, Dragon. I shouldn't have got such a big house, man. My house still cold. Why? You don't know how to properly get it insulated. I'm a contractor by trade. I teach you how to insulate these things properly. I teach you how to order them, what to order, what not to order, what type of siding to buy, single siding, double siding, all this type of stuff, guys. I teach you with the $250 consultation. Okay. Um, Here's another one. This is nice and cute. I would get something like this and rent it out. Okay, that's another nice little cute one. All right. Anyhow, it's whatever you want, and in particular, this video, I'm talking about my offsprings. It's whatever they want, right? This is a nice little cute one, um, that I had as the thumbnail. Actually, I I actually like this one because I like the pathway that they made walking up to the house. So this is cute. Okay, this is the corner porch cabin. All right. So now we purchased a couple cabins. We're probably down to about what 12 1500. Okay, how am I gonna buy 2 pickup trucks for 1,500? Guys, it's called Facebook. It's called Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, I'm not gonna lie, is one of the best things, guys. Is one of the best things. That little pickup truck that I got, I paid 200. Excuse me, I paid $750 for it. $750. That means for 1,500, I could buy what? 2 pickup trucks. 2 pickup trucks. Okay, I see them all the time on Facebook Marketplace. You go on Craigslist, OfferUp, any of these little websites, and you could purchase something nice. I go right here to the search bar. I put in trucks for sale. I go right here to pricing. Go to pricing. I put in, say, $300. Come on, $300 to $1,500. Why? Because they might have it for $1,500, but we're gonna negotiate down to five, six, seven, $800. Okay, we're gonna negotiate. I help you do this. I help you negotiate. All right. Now, 99% of these are the having issues. Like engine needs transmission. Like say this van, for example, it probably need an engine or transmission for $800, right? We're not looking for anything like this. We're looking for things that are running. Okay. This say 1999 Chevy Venture 800, no low ball, only 2 owners, clean title, needs battery, and will crank and run. Never been in any accidents, no ding. Okay, this might be a good one. Would make a great family vehicle for someone who owns a business and is in need of a van. Okay, this might be a good one right here. So here, the first one, wow, the first one, we found a good deal. The first one, look at this one. It's smoking a little bit. See how it's smoking? But guys, we're not looking for perfection here. We're looking for something that's reliable. Okay, it's their first vehicle. They're 16 years old. We're just looking for something that's decently reliable. If this car, this van, this pickup truck lasts them a year, 2 years, that's fine. This is just a starter. This is just a starter vehicle. Okay, they're going to tear it up anyway, right? So this is what I do. I just go on Facebook Marketplace. I buy most of my vehicles on Facebook Marketplace. It used to be Craigslist. Well, when I first started buying vehicles like this, it was the Bargain Trader. Back in the 80s, 90s, we had the Bargain Trader. It was a newspaper that you would purchase. Well, even before that, it was a newspaper, but then came the Bargain Trader, and it was a publication you would purchase for like $1, a couple of dollars, and then everything went online, and then you would go to bargaintrader.com or autotrader.com, and then came websites like OfferUp, Craigslist. Well, first Craigslist, so everything switched over to Craigslist, then OfferUp, Let Go. Now everything is on Facebook Marketplace. So you just like mess around with these different websites, and as you see, you can buy a decent, nice vehicle for 5, 6, 7, $800. All right. You take your mechanic. You take a mechanic with you. Okay, a good mechanic with you to go look at these vehicles. Don't just go all willy-nilly. Pay the mechanic the $100. That's probably a decent, fair price to go with you to go look at these vehicles. Okay, you pick about 3, 4 of them. I teach you how to talk to people, find out what's wrong with them, all this type of stuff. You pick out about 3, 4, 5 of them already set up. You call your mechanic, say, "Hey, you got a few hours today? I'll come pick you up. We'll go ride out, and or you come pick me up, and we go look at these vehicles. About 100, $150. You could pay a decent mechanic to go with you, just to go ride around and look at these vehicles with you. All right. Um, He's saying 800 our best offer, guys. You could easily get this for 600-700 bucks. It's easily 600-700 bucks. Boom, you just bought you a nice vehicle for 600-700 bucks. I didn't even plan that. That was the first one we looked at. The first one we looked at. Okay. I don't particularly like these cars here, these Chargers, whatever, because people done had them and dogged them out. See, it said needs a timing chain, meaning it needs an engine. 1200 Dodge Magnum. It needs an engine. Um, and some of these are scams. You gotta look out for the scams. But basically, yeah. Here's a couple nice little pickup trucks. What's this one? This one is $1,000 as is. Work fine up until a few months ago. I know for sure it needs a new battery and was leaking power steering turns. So this might not be a good one. All right. Leaking power steering. It's all torn up on the inside. I don't mind it being torn up on the inside. Cosmetic stuff I'm not worried about. You can put seat covers on there. But I'm not even worried about the power steering leak. Whatever was wrong with the vehicle, you need to negotiate that off of the price. So say the engine was good, all that type of stuff is good. He wants $1,000. I would say, hey, would you take 700? Because it's gonna cost me $300 to fix the power steering, probably more than that. Anyhow, that's a potential. I would say that's a potential. I wouldn't completely rule that one out. All right. Here's another one. Uh This one is for parts, strictly for parts. Parts are sold as is. So if you want parts, which the Facebook Marketplace is another great place to get parts. Here's another one. This is obviously been sitting for a while. You could tell the grass growing all around it. Um, does not have battery starter shocks front. Okay, so they're selling parts off it. So that's another one for parts. But anyhow, guys, you get the idea. You go on one of these websites, you get you a couple cheap vehicles. Here's one for 600. I think I saw this one last night. I think it needs a transmission. Transmission. Oh, the needs a motor, so it needs an engine. Clean interior. Transmission is great. Needs a good cleaning. And hey, with some of these, you may know somebody could put an engine in there for you or a transmission in there. Hey, offer them $300. They'll take it. All right. Instead of getting your offspring stuck with car payments. All right. Instead of getting them stuck with car payments, go on here, get them a cheap little car or truck, preferably a truck, fix on it and call it a day. Call it a day, even if it lasts you a year. All right. It's a good learning. It's actually a good learning experience for the first vehicle to be a fixer upper, so they could learn about vehicles. They could learn about how to fix, what vehicles are good, what vehicles are bad. All right, here's one for $1,000. Silverado. All right, I might buy this one myself. Oh, needs transmission work and radiator work, motor, and everything else runs great. I might give them $500 for this one. This might be a good little one right here. I might call them up on this one. But anyhow, guys, you guys get the idea. You guys get the idea. All right. So I just wanted to come on and show you how with $5,000 I could set my offsprings up for life. They're gonna have their land. They're gonna have their They're gonna have their main house and the house they rent out. This is one of the websites I use, cheapeasyland.com. Um, one of the builders that I use for the tiny houses. Heritage. They got some more pictures on here. Let me see if I see the pictures. And then you know, use Facebook Marketplace or whatever. Let's look at images. Let me see. And that's all to it, guys. Help your offsprings to start their life off. Okay, don't just send them to college and make them throw their money away and all that stuff, waste their time in college. Because college is not for everybody. Look at this nice one. They put a nice chair out there. They got their flowers and plants around there. All that good stuff. And let's go to YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. Let's look at how people design their cabins. Let's look at how people design their cabins. It's called shed to house conversion. Shed to house conversion. All right. There's this one queen I had did a video.
Shed to house conversion.
Here's a nice one.
I've done numerous informational videos about living in tiny homes, but I haven't done any where I actually interviewed somebody that's currently living in a tiny home. Today, that's all going to change. We're going to meet with Ellen, a 67-year-old woman who took a $6,000 shed and turned it into a beautiful tiny home. She's going to be showing us a full tour of her house. She's going to talk about the trials and tribulations she had by putting it together. She's going to be sharing with us what it took to get all the... I lived in a 1,200 square foot condo and was trying to figure out how to come back and have an affordable living situation. So I found out about this building that someone owned, and they were going to turn it into an art studio. So this house is probably 8 years old now because I bought it. I mean, the building itself. She had bought it on a lot that sells outdoor buildings that people put in sheds, but I made a house out of it. I knew she wanted to sell it, so I decided to buy it and move it here to my son's land. He was letting me live on his property. He's in California. So I bought the house used, and I basically gutted it out from what she had done to make it a home, and my main focus was making it affordable. They moved this house in April because of the rainwater, and then I didn't move. I've added this. Everything's for storage. After sitting there talking to Ellen for all that time on the back porch, and I'm living in a tiny space as much. But the main thing I built it for, I made the building. It's like I wasn't going to be drowning in debt at this age. So now that we've seen the outside, we need to go inside. And she's going to be taking us on a full tour. But I have to know, do you think this is a good idea for her so far? What do you think of her little plan that she came with? It's pretty smart, huh? Okay, give us a little tour. So here we go. Here's my finished product. So yeah, basically the cabinets were already here. She had bought these at Lowe's, and I just used them and put a countertop on it. I bought the stove and the refrigerator, which is a nice size, and I added this island, and I bought that little cabinet for a pantry. I've added this. Everything's for storage. After sitting there talking to Ellen for all that time on the back porch, and she brought me in the house, my mind just kept thinking, how in the world does she know what to do? How did she know how to turn this shed into an actual house? It takes a lot of research that most people do beforehand. And what her answer was absolutely amazing to me. I didn't know anything to do. My family helped me a lot. My brother had a business dealing with contractors and stuff, and he restores homes and elevates homes from floods, and he moved this building for me, and I just asked a lot of questions. I'm really just fortunate. I move this one I did. I'm so happy I did it. That was tough. My brother did help a lot because he knew a lot more than I did. I knew nothing about any of this until I just jumped into it. Going through Ellen's house, I was shocked on how much room she actually had. Wait till you see how big the bathroom is in her closet space. But I was really curious about the sleeping arrangements. I basically slept on my couch for the first 3 years. I've been here 5 years. I moved in 2015 at the end of the year. This house was moved in April of 2016. So now I sleep up in my loft, and I have a nice size bathroom here. That's great. It's a full-size bath.
And you have a bathtub. You have a bathtub.
Yes, I have a bathtub. It's my bathtub. Just basic. The tub was already here, and so was the toilet. I used everything that I could use that she had, and for price-wise, I just wanted it to be economical, and it was. I wasn't looking to spending so much. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. How much does all of this stuff cost? When you get a water well, and you get electricity, and you get gas, how much did that actually cost her in her budget? It was about $6,000 back then for the water well, and it's a deep well, and the septic system. Utilities didn't.
Because they already put the line.
Yes.
There was already it wasn't raw land. There was already lines coming.
Well, I had to get a temporary pole put up for construction, and then they tied it in.
Right.
Dixie Electric tied it in later. That part wasn't too bad. And see, I would have loved gas, but I would have had to pipe it from the front. It would have cost me probably over $1,000, and so I'm all electric here. But my electric bill is hardly nothing. And I also have a tankless hot water heater. It's little. It fits on my wall under here. If you can get a picture, it's so compact. I'm never without hot water at all, no matter how deep I fill up my tub. It got clogged with some stuff at once, and my son fixed it, but even to replace it, it's not that bad.
Did the parish give you any trouble about putting in the house?
They did at first because it wasn't up to code. I had to really rip out everything and bring it up to their standards. The permits were kind of tough, but nothing like now. It was just you had to have a permit, get the house up to certain code. Didn't have to have a permit to move it here. It wasn't that big. Had to get licensed contractors and things like that. And then when it was finished, I had to inspect it. And
so the parish came through and inspected?
Yes. And then wrote a completion certificate for me so I could possibly get insurance or whatever. One of the downfalls is in bad weather, I don't like staying here. I'm getting a lot braver, but if it's really bad weather, I'll leave, of course. One of the biggest questions that comes up when it comes to tiny homes on my channel is about the insurance. Many people have expressed how hard it was for them to find insurance for their tiny home. Even a couple I interviewed about 6 months ago, they had a hard time finding insurance, but they did find it, and it was quite expensive. So this is what Ellen had to say about insuring her tiny home. Yes, I could not get insurance at all the first 3 years because they didn't insure tiny homes in Louisiana. And I kept getting in touch with this guy that was insuring them all over, and he said, soon, we'll get it. And finally I did get some. But of course they don't cover anything to do with hurricane because we're close to the coast.
And that's another thing, guys. I help you with the insurance process. I deal with companies that come self-insured already with these cabins and stuff like that. Depending on where you are, some will cover hurricanes, some won't cover hurricanes. Some will cover fire, some won't cover fire. So it all depends on where you are in the situation. And you have to calculate all of this and know all of this before you make your steps, okay? Depending on where you are, you want to get one that's well insulated, okay? Or if you're where I'm at, installation is not that big of a deal. That's why you see my cabins, I don't have installation. I just stain the walls and the studs and stuff like that because I'm in North Carolina. The weather here is always mostly perfect. 6 months out, 6, 7, 8, 9 months out the year, the weather is perfect. Like right now we have perfect weather. The only time we get extreme weather is for like 1 month out the summer and 1 month out the winter. Other than that, the rest of the year it's like pretty good weather. It's really nice and cool, or really nice and warm, but not hot. You know what I'm saying? So you have to calculate all of this when you're having your building built. Okay, now if you're in extremely cold temperatures, you need great installation, double siding. Same thing with extremely hot temperatures. Okay, you want a thinner house, but great installation. Okay, so a lot of things people don't know, you have to know by talking to an expert. All right, or learn or talk to an expert about it. All right.
It's a tiny home, and my house is tied down. And
Google Ads helps you turn curiosity into customers who are interested in what your business has to offer. Now you can reach people based on what they're curious about. Google Ads. Turn curiosity into customers. Visit ads.google.com to learn more. Destroy them all!
Can't stand these commercials.
my house is set on.
Excuse me for all the commercials and stuff. I'm probably gonna end up getting Google, YouTube without commercials eventually. All right.
5 or 6, 1, 2, 3, 5 footings of concrete instead of a whole slab with house pillars, which I totally recommend also. I feel like it's a lot more sturdy, and it's tied down into the concrete. I don't have flood insurance. I would probably never flood. This whole land had water on it, but I had only a couple inches under my house. I'm good. I don't need flood insurance. Now, if the roof came off, it would be probably covered unless it's hurricane. I'd like to get that inspected and possibly, it's fine right now, but I don't.
Metal roof, right?
It's a metal roof. I love it. It needs washing. It's held up great. Even during the hurricane, everything, I didn't have, but water came through my front door. Had I, barricaded it better, it wouldn't have even done that. So it's a very minor damage, actually, but nothing else happened, no leaks, anything. Well, if anybody would know any other insurance in Louisiana that would insure tiny homes, I don't know of any. I would like to know. I've checked in a mobile home. I've checked into this being a little building out. I was thinking of even dropping it, but
Just like any home, doesn't matter if it's a tiny home, manufactured home, a regular stick-built home, you're going to have maintenance issues that come up. Ellen explains what the issues she's had with her tiny home, especially since it is a shed and it wasn't necessarily designed for long-term living use. The things that are happening to her home may not be typical for a traditional type of home. And maybe some of you in the audience could help her with some of her issues. I know that she'd be really grateful for some of your answers.
yes, my paint, I thought I had a really good paint. Priming and everything. I bought my paint from a reputable paint company, and now it's already peeling, which I guess is not too bad. It is peeling like this all the way around. That's why I'm thinking I need to cover it, or maybe rip that up and put aluminum siding or vinyl siding or just corrugated aluminum. It's made to look really good on some of these homes, so I'm just doing research right now. Thinking about adding little dehumidifiers in my house, just the small ones, because it's a closed area and I don't have a lot of ventilation, but that's something I'm gonna look into. It won't cost much.
Now, she mentioned about the humidifiers, and I actually have the answer for her, so this is a surprise for you, Ellen. Look, right here, you can get them on Amazon. I have them in my bathrooms because the ventilation fan in my bathrooms isn't quite good enough, and they work fantastic, and you can dump them out about once a week. They're perfect here in the state of Louisiana because, as you know, the state of Louisiana has a lot of humidity, so those dehumidifiers, they work fantastic. That's for you, Ellen, and anybody else that has a small bathroom. The other issue about the termites, I do not have the answer for when it comes to killing termites naturally.
Yes, I hated to put that poison. I haven't treated it for termites yet, so I don't think I have any damage, but it's something I need to look into, is inspecting for termites and treating that. So, naturally, I'd like to do more natural.
We'll see. We'll see. So, yeah. So I'm asking you as an audience, if you know anything that would kill termites naturally, or at least prevent them naturally, with not a lot of harsh chemicals, could you please put them in the comment section? Ellen would be greatly appreciative, and she said that she would be reading the comments below.
You have good storage.
Yes. Yes, and I've added a lot of things I could think of. I'm always purging. So I've got a dresser here, all my clothes in here, a washer and dryer. I love it. It's full size. Got this cabinet. I've got these. So
How much was that washer and dryer? Do you know?
it was like $1,100,
That's not bad.
but it's perfect. I don't want it ever to go out. It's perfect because it works great. But yeah, and I've got a nice loft up there, and it stores all of my stuff is here. Everything I own is here. It's pros and cons because now I don't spend much money on buying things, and I haven't decorated really that much because I don't have that much room. But sometimes I'll see something like, oh, if I just had a little more room, but you really don't miss it. I don't. Just every once in a while, I'll just have a little inkling of like, oh, I can't get that anyway. I don't have the room for it. So, other than her having like the best storage for a tiny home I've probably ever seen, the second thing I was super impressed with was her kitchen. You only got a taste of it at the beginning, so let me finish showing you what she's actually done, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want any excess, and I'm a minimalist. And I mean, my kitchen, all my dishes are up here, which is perfect. I don't even need half of those. I can store things under here. I've got a lot of my other pots and stuff, some pots in there. Full-size stove and oven. And before, when the porch was not fully out, they had like a wall here. My oven wouldn't have even opened really. It was so small, so I mean, it was perfect that I let that out to add more living space. It was the best thing I did. Like I say, I'm always looking for new things to put things in and purging all the time. So I learn quickly.
You have guts.
Yes, I mean,
Look at this one,
Want
guys.
to call anyone, anywhere in the world? Here's how with Talk 360. Enter the number you want to dial on the keypad.
Hey gang, welcome back to Get After It. Your eyes are on fooling you. This cabin is finished. So for the next 3 or 4 minutes, I'm going to take you on a tour, let you see exactly how this thing turned out. I couldn't be more proud. And if you would stick around until the end, just so happens this one's for sale, and I'd love to share with you how you can get one yourself. And we got some cool things coming up, and I'm also going to be telling you what's coming down the road and what you can expect from our channel. So, in the meantime, sit back and enjoy the tour. You know, there's an old saying that if you see a turtle on a fence post, it didn't get there by itself. And I can't think of a better time than looking at this beautiful home to thank some folks that helped me get to where I'm at. Besides my beautiful wife, Janelle, my dear friend, Paulette, who you saw in some earlier videos, who helped me during construction, my brother, Eric, who again helped me countless hours, and my 8-year-old son, Silas. These are just a few of the folks that have been with me day in and day out, making this dream of mine come true, and I can't thank them enough. So, I love you all. Thank you so much for your help, and this is your victory.
So do you see more of a trend where people are leaving their jobs, those traditional 9 to 5 hours, and doing their own thing? No, it's definitely bigger than.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Susie and this is my mom. Say hey, Mom. Hey. And we are very excited to give you a tour of her tiny house today. About 4 years ago, when my mom said she was going to buy a repossessed shed, I am going to quickly show you the outside. Okay, this is the outside, and that house down there was my house before I moved in with Heath, and now my daughter and son-in-law live there. Mom did all this herself except for I think she had this porch built, and we'll go over some of the other things in the inside. This is the back porch, and she built that storage room. It's got her tools and stuff like that in there. Everything's not complete out here, so you want to be sure and tell you guys that. There's still a little area up there that hasn't been painted yet. Probably need to get up here and help her with that. All right, let's check out the inside. Okay, this is the main living area. Anything you want to say about this room, Mom?
Well, I just want to explain about the steps.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to talk about them.
Okay.
And I'll show them some pictures, too, how they can move.
Yeah, they're locked down with the wheels locked down, and then there's a latch at the top. And you unlock the wheels and undo the latch, and it rolls over to this other loft.
Okay, so this loft up here is kind of like the boys' room, and then the other loft over here, which are they the same size? Are the lofts the same size? I always thought that one was a little bit bigger.
12
But
foot.
okay.
They're both 12 foot.
Okay.
Because it goes all the way over the porch.
Yeah, and that one is storage.
so she doesn't get up there as much, where this one is used all the time, so the stairs stay here. And she's got some storage area back here.
Yeah, Jake, my oldest grandson is staying with me right now, so that's his clothing.
And yep, see, she's already got all this storage space here in behind the steps. And these are the steps that unlock and move. There's the graduation wall. I'll show y'all a high school picture of me. Check out the hair. Okay, so that is the main living area.
Also, the couch makes it to a futon full-size bed.
Yes.
And these are storage cubes. Can never have enough storage in a tiny house because I've got a toy box and extra clothing for the boys when they're here to go out and play and have.
And this is Anderson's baby stuff because mom keeps Anderson 2 or 3 days a week. So lots of baby paraphernalia. And she does not, she has window air conditioning and electric heat. She has a couple of fireplaces. I'll show you both of them. That's the main living area. And when you come in and you turn to the left, that is the kitchen and the dining area.
Which will move when I don't have baby paraphernalia.
Yeah, a lot of times she has the table over here, but I kind of like it right there.
Yeah, I do too. It's off a little bit, but I don't care. I'm off a little bit too.
And mom did all of this by herself: cabinets, countertops, backsplash. You hired somebody to do the drywall and electrical.
Yes.
And what else? And plumbing.
Roughed in plumbing and roughed in electrical. I hooked everything up.
Right.
Because I wanted to know how to do it. And
Yeah.
they showed me how to do it. But Jake helped some with the cabinets. My grandson's the same with me. And then Allison helped me with the backsplash.
Yeah.
But I'm not done. I still like a lot of trim work to go. And, but time, all I got anyway. So.
But she has full-size appliances in here.
And then I have a pantry that I ordered everything from Home Depot. And then I have the drawers, which I love because they're very accessible. And then all my pots and pans are down here. And then I have dishes in here and dishes in here. Now I'm going to also put open shelving right here to the wall here so I can display plants and things like that.
She has a dishwasher.
I have a built-in garbage and then another drawer for utensils. And then the sink, I'm going to do a full-size sink, but at the time when I started this, I just went with a bar-type sink because I didn't know how much room I was going to have. So
You definitely have room for a full-size sink.
exactly.
Yes.
And it won't be long. I'll just, wait to find one that I really love.
And these are like a faux butcher block, or is this actual butcher
No,
block?
it's actual wood.
Okay.
It's actually
Yeah.
wood, solid wood.
And she stained it a dark stain and sealed it in.
Not a gloss finish, but and at the time I didn't really know what I were doing.
It's fine.
Backsplash.
The backsplash is peel and stick, right? Okay. The kitchen is, the way it's laid out, is plenty big enough for 2 or 3 people to be in here, but not move around a whole lot. She did have a large fridge, but decided she did not need a large fridge and needed more counter space, so she got a smaller fridge.
And I'm going to have to redo my counter here because the refrigerator came to here.
Yeah.
And I got to give me another cabinet.
Right.
Because of the smaller mid-size refrigerator. Plus I got more daylight through that window that I hated that I had lost the daylight through there.
Remind me on the floors, are they the tile?
Peel and stick.
Peel and stick, vinyl.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
She did a really good job on them.
Well,
Are they coming up anywhere? It's been, what,
No, they're not cut up. Now, I didn't do, by the time I got to the bedroom, I didn't do as good a job cutting the lengths. So I've got some cracks in there. But I have the extra floor. And all you have to do is fill it up with the, whatever.
Okay, moving. I'm going to show you guys the loft real quick. These are the steps. They're narrow, but plenty enough room. And you can't really stand up in here, and this is mostly game room for the grandsons. There's the oldest one right there. He's actually full-size grown man now. And me and Allison did these floors up here, and we had enough left over that we just went up that back wall with it. And we didn't plan on doing that, but it turned out pretty good. So yeah, that is the loft.
That is beautiful.
And the storage loft up there, and my pretty mama. All right, on to the bedroom. Now remember, this was just one open shell, and she had all these, put up all these walls, framed these walls in and everything.
You're going to show that before me?
Yes, I'll show y'all before. She has not painted the paneling in here. This is the paneling, right, that you bought. She liked the look of it. And that's the back door, which was not here at all.
No, I put that in.
Yeah.
And the windows in the living room weren't in either.
Right. And she did have a single bed in here, but she just recently got a full-size bed, and she does have risers to raise it up some. She just has not got to that yet.
I had to build me a little.
I was going to say, you must have built you a little tiny nightstand, so she can still get her door open, but have her lamp and place to put the phone and such. Still some trim work to do in here as well.
Yeah.
And this is her closet. Do you want to show the inside of the closet?
I'm not done in here, so this is not how
This has changed a lot since she thinks of something different to do, and she does that.
Save at least $170 a year by wasting less produce. Ziploc. Unlock life.
Do you want to learn how to trade? My son and I just finished putting on a conference for our trading students. We have been showing them.
So, I'm not sure if I'm going to put a door on it, or I like the curtains because I have them over there, but
yeah, I like the curtains.
I'm not sure. It's the switch box.
Right, I was going to show them there's not actually a window there, but that works.
Yeah.
And moving on to the bathroom, there wasn't a door here.
Really not finished.
Yes.
Really not finished because I'm going to put cabinetry over and on top of the washer dryer and the bottom of the washer dryer.
This is a washer dryer combo. She puts the clothes in, washes them, and then turns it on dryer. Do you love this thing?
Love it.
Still?
But, when you live alone and you wash a load a day, you never, get back up or anything. But like you say,
it takes a while.
It takes a while to dry them, but I don't dry a lot of my clothes anyway. Never have. I hang up a lot of clothes.
Right.
But it'll look a lot different when I get the cabinet doors on the top and the bottom.
Yeah, but for space-wise, that worked out really good. I mean, you could have got a stackable one, but
yeah, I'd just rather have that.
Yeah.
I thought about it for a long time before I did it. And this is actually going to be a storage, and just some of Jake's hanging up clothes, my vacuum, my hot water heaters in here. I've picked a shelf up above to put my sewing machine and stuff on, and my
cleaning supplies.
Exactly. sewing supplies and all kinds of supplies.
Yeah, but you've done very well with storage solutions in here.
Yeah,
when you go from 3,000 square foot to how many? 475. 475.
That's not counting the lofts, but you can't really count them when you're doing floor space.
Yeah, see, the bathroom is not finished. The drywall's up, but it's still got to be finished out.
It's actually rock that you put tile on, but I'm not sure.
Oh, you were going to tile the whole bathroom?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
We're going to have a full-size tub.
A little too much light coming in there from that. Okay, yeah, there we go.
I have a full-size tub, and I built me another little shelf over here.
And you just got a full tub surround for in here.
I did. Yeah. Yeah, I actually re-caulked it the other day because at the bottom, didn't do a very good job of it, so I redid it and did a better job.
And you built this little shelf, I see.
You know what I built it out of, Susan?
That old shelf that was falling down that we've had for 40 years, probably.
I just redid it, put a front on it.
And it's much more sturdy now.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of things will change in here as soon as I decide what to do with the walls.
And this is like a mini sink?
Yeah,
from Lowe's.
It's just a little vanity with a cabinet under it, but it is. I may go bigger with a bigger vanity and move the shelf, but I don't know. I haven't decided that either.
Okay, is this mirror a thrifted mirror?
It is one that came out of the Jefferson Title building in Birmingham with Mitch.
Oh yeah, when y'all were doing demolition.
Which a lot of my stuff came from demolition projects.
Yeah, I'm back at the beach container house myself. Y'all see, beach container house. I went in when I was up at the ranch. I got a couple things I needed from up there. I got my Yeti cooler because we're going fishing. But anyhow, for those who haven't seen my I'll do a video on it. You can see it a little bit in there. My beach container house, the bathroom area, the shower area. I got some tools and stuff in there now, but I'm always doing videos on it. Oh, my wood stove, plenty of videos on my wood stove on there. Y'all see my wood stove.
We wanted to give y'all an overview of what she actually has in the house, as I know that a lot of people are doing tiny houses and they're curious. So yeah, how much about do you have in this house, and explain what it entails?
Okay, I have about 40,000 in it. The house was repossessed, so
the shed.
Susan's going to show you pictures of it, what it looked like when I got it. It was 8,000. And then the electrical, the whole getting it hooked to the house, everything it took to do it, the guy that did it, it was somewhere around 5,000. That was my biggest expense.
What about the septic tank?
Septic tank was about $3,000. I did have a foundation put in it, which was about $3,000. And then my guy did the sheetrock and stuff.
Now, you probably haven't counted all the little things you bought either.
Well, I really haven't bought that.
Well, I mean, cabinets and flooring and stuff like that. You didn't count all that?
It's right around 40,000, maybe just a little over or a little under.
Okay.
But it's very economical. I got my highest electric bill last month, but guess what? It was 20 degrees the whole whatever month it was. It was $170, and that's my highest one. It's usually around 100.
Yeah, in the cold.
Yeah, and I don't have, payments or anything like that. I am retired, and it's just, I've not regretted it 1 minute since I started it. everybody thought I was crazy when
I told him that.
started.
I told him that in the intro, that when you said you were going to convert a shed into a tiny home, that you were either joking or crazy, but here we are.
Yeah, we are. We are crazy. But I just lost my husband not too long before that, and it was wonderful therapy because, and it's just been a really good experience, and it's very cozy, and it's very convenient. I'm a peddler, so if I'd stayed in that big house, I would have.
Oh, hey, Trevor here at Enterprise Supercenter, and today we're going to do something just a little bit different. We take Dirksen utility sheds and convert them into livable cabins for our clients. And in this video, I want to take you from start to finish, step by step, on how we here at Enterprise finish out our cabins. Join me as one of these cabin shells has just arrived from the factory. Let's jump into it. This 14 by 26 foot Dirksen shell was ordered by one of our customers to be used as a getaway cabin. We call this cabin, and this customer wanted this one finished out extra nice. This customer added additional options from the factory, such as larger thermopane windows, felt under the roofing, house wrap, and lap siding for the exterior. This is the normal floor plan for our dough, but this client wanted to make some changes to our design. For instance, she wanted a bathtub rather than a stand-up shower. She wanted a dishwasher and a full-range stove rather than a cooktop. She also wanted an over-under washer and dryer. If we get in a painted unit from the factory that is going to be turned into a cabin, one of the first things we like to do is caulk all windows, trim, and eaves. We do not want any moisture being able to penetrate the interior. From there, we will upgrade the paint used and repaint the entire exterior. This customer also wanted a much prettier color than what was offered by the factory. Our carpenters will now begin on the interior. They begin by putting in dead wood and blocking both in the walls and the ceiling. Notice, as we frame our interior, we do not put in 8-foot ceilings, but rather we frame to the rafters. This gives a much more open feel to our cabins. You should also notice, as we are framing, we are putting in channels for pocket doors. We use pocket doors as much as possible in cabins to save space. Well, the painters have completed the painting of the exterior, and it really looks great. This is an important step as it protects the investment that will be going toward the interior. It is time now for our plumbers to do our rough plumbing. In our aim to provide the best, we require PEX plumbing. We want no water lines on the exterior, and we do not allow any penetration through the roof or venting. Oh good, we got her tub in. In fact, she even came to inspect that. It looks to me she is happy. All right. We have one of the area's top electricians that has been doing our wiring for the last 10 years. As you can see, we are not shy when it comes to plug locations. This customer also requested pre-wiring for internet and TV. In our effort to provide the highest in quality, we spray foam our interiors with open cell foam insulation. We put 4-inch solid in our walls and 6-inch in our ceilings. The foam is trimmed even with the framing, and this gives us the highest R rating possible. Our cabins are very easy to cool and heat, allowing your electric costs to be reduced. We're now ready to begin finish work on this cabin. This owner wanted a mixture of shiplap and B-board. She wanted shiplap on the lower half, B-board above, and then shiplap for the ceiling. Here's the shiplap going around the base of the cabin. Here's the B-board, which is a little less expensive than the shiplap. Going with the two different finishes also offers contrast, which is nice. Notice again how we follow the contour of the roof with our construction. Using the shiplap for the ceiling is nice as well. It probably gives one of the nicest looks and is a little easier to install, from what I've been told by our finish teams. It's at this point that our painters are brought back in to now paint the interior of this cabin. Things seem to be coming along great, and it shouldn't be much longer until we'll be through and ready to deliver this neat cabin. Also, keep in mind, not only are we painting the interior of this cabin, but we are also having to stain and coat all the trim, doors, and cabinets. That is a time-consuming and important process. As the walls and trim dries, trimming begins, and this is when things begin to get very exciting. We are coming together. For our finishing floor, we used life-proof rigid core locking vinyl plank flooring. This flooring radiates luxury and offers such a beautiful finish for our cabins. There are many different shades to choose from as well. It is now time to finish the electric. This customer has chosen all her own light fixtures, and she has done a great job as well. As you can see, the cabinets are now being installed, and look at that sink. This client has chosen an old-fashioned deep farm sink for the kitchen sink. Did we tell you this customer wanted it nice? We put a real tile around her bathtub, and what a great touch it added. We love using granite for our countertops. It has arrived and is now being installed. It looks so nice around the farm sink. The color of this granite works perfect with the colors used throughout this cabin. When it comes to ideas in this cabin, this next one is tops. The owner wanted us to build in a queen-size bed and make barn doors as the headboard. Around the bottom of the bed, she wanted pull-out drawers for extra storage. Neat! For air, we installed a split unit in the bedroom. This should be adequate heat and air for this entire cabin. Back in the kitchen. Cabinet doors have now been put on with pulls, drawers have been put in with their pulls, and the kitchen is now ready for appliances. First, there's the microwave. Then comes the range, the dishwasher, and finally the refrigerator. Are we done? Nope, not yet. You gotta check everything over. The kitchen is done. The bathroom is done. Ooh, the tile looks good. Washer and dryer will be delivered to customer's location. The bedroom is done. Even the bedroom closet. And the living room is done. We are done. Now comes delivery day. Delivery day at Enterprise Center is probably one of the most exciting days. We know what has gone into our cabin, and we are proud for our customers. We know this is a dream come true for them, and maybe it has been a dream in their minds for years, and now it's come true. When we arrive on location, our first job is leveling the cabin. Pads and blocks are strategically located every 5 to 6 feet under the skids, and the unit is leveled. Hurricane anchors are then drilled 2 foot into the ground all around the unit. Straps are then bolted to the anchors, and now your unit can withstand up to 150 miles per hour. This customer had a 6 to 8 inch pad prepared for us upon our arrival with the cabin. A good solid base using some form of road base will go a long way in keeping your unit level perfect for many years. Now comes the icing on the cake. Our last project. A deck/porch is added to the front and skirting around the bottom of the whole cabin. We have a great team that puts on our decks. Wasn't that amazing? To see that start to finish process and all the hard work that our team here puts in at Enterprise, it's amazing. Howdy, how y'all doing? This is George from the Scrap Room. Hope you guys are having wonderful. And my 110 system wired up and ready to go. Sometime, but today I'm testing
brought up. Harbor Freight panels, 100 watts each, and I'm going to put right now. So let's take a quick look at that. A couple